So the main topic today was alignment, was shoulders, hips, and feet, and then how that how that affects how you swing the golf club. And so did you guys get did you have a firm grasp about that, about making sure that you had correct alignment?
I did.
Okay.
I did much better on some shots.
Okay.
I was going to say, it helped me to put the face of the club behind the ball and then sort of line up after that.
Exactly. Yeah. So you want to. So that's a great point. Thank you for bringing that up. You want to always set the club down first, and then set your feet. Okay. You want to set yourself to the club. Okay. Because if you did the opposite, if you set your feet first and then put the club down, that's probably going to be in a different place every time. But if you set the club down first and then set your feet, okay, what that does is that allows you to be much more consistent with your setup, okay? And consistency is key in golf. And I know for Mr. Capel, we worked on your club path, and we tried to instead of coming across it, we tried to bring it inside and then swing out to the right. You hit several shots that were just dead eye right on the target. So that helped getting your swing path straightened out a little bit.
And you know what I like, that it'll help with all the irons once I get the.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not not just a one club thing. It'll help every single shot. And alignment's key throughout the whole game of golf. The whole game of golf, putting, chipping, and I know we'll get to that in the future.
Alrighty. So this last lesson that we took, we focused on putting and bunker play. For putting, there were two main things that stuck out for me that I noticed with everyone, and that was alignment. Okay, so having a putter and feet on the same parallel line. Okay, we don't want to be intersecting. We don't want to have our feet aimed one way and our putter aimed another. We're not going to have a fluid stroke, a straight back, straight through stroke. If we do, we're going to hit it left every single time. Okay, and the second thing with putting was their head. Got to keep your head down. If there's a reason Jordan Spieth, looked at the hole every time. It's something constant. His head is staying in the same position throughout the whole swing. So that's what you have to do with putting. Okay, if you're keeping your head down, keep it down, finish your stroke, and then look up. Okay, that'll help you to be a little more consistent. Especially, so with the first one you hit, Mr. Hefner, your contact on that first one, you stayed down, the whole time. It shot off the putter face. Okay, so that's something you're going to see too, is your contact will be more consistent if your head stays down every time when you're practicing. And bunker play, as with a lot of people I saw, I had to open the club face, I think for 3 out of the 4 of you, just a little bit more open, and you hit better shots. Open club face, open stance. I think everybody got that one pretty good. And it's just a little bigger bigger swing than normal. You got to have enough speed and acceleration to get through the sand. You'll be surprised at how short it goes when you swing really hard. I mean, you guys saw me hitting some shots, and I was really swinging hard, but yet it went straight up in the air and stopped and landed soft. So that's the bunker shot. Shallow swing, wide stance, open stance, and open club face. You're letting the bounce keep your club from digging. That's huge. So for this, kind of sum up this clinic, this lesson, the big key was centerness of contact. Okay, it's hitting the golf ball in the middle of the face. Okay, in order to do that, a nice smooth swing. Okay, not really aggressive, not 100% of your swing, like an 85% swing is the best to have. It's going to produce the most consistent contact on your club. Like I said earlier, I mean, if you swing really hard at it, you might hit the middle of the club every once in a while, and it might go really far, further than any ball you ever hit. Okay, that's about a 1 out of 10. Okay, would you not rather take 5 out of 10? Swinging nice and easy and hitting it in the middle of the club. Okay, so that's just such a key in the golf swing. It's just swing nice and smooth. Swing within yourself. Okay, don't overdo it. If you overdo it, it's going to do more harm than help. And then on the when we went on the course, I think it was huge because we got like a 20-mile-an-hour wind right now. So you could really see where if you swung one really hard, I mean, you saw the two that I hit, the one that I really went hard at it, the spin took over, so it kind of ballooned, okay? Versus the one where you swing nice and easy, and it's a more penetrating flight, not going to spin as much. And I saw it was especially true with your first one, Mr. Hefner, where you hit, and it kind of went high and to the right, and then it kept going. Yeah. You know, the wind really took that over. And then the one that you hit before, you took a little extra club, swing nice and easy, and it was a much more piercing ball flight. The wind still took it because, I mean, it's blowing pretty hard out here, but not as much. For a chipping and pitching clinic, the main goal was to, look at the difference between the two shots and, know when to hit the shot, okay? The big difference is the pitch is played further back, chip is played further back in your stance, okay? And the pitch is played further up in your stance. The further back you put the golf ball, the lower lofted the club becomes, and the lower lofted that shot's going to be, okay? Now, if you had a pin that was in the back of a green, and you were in the front on the fringe, what shot would you hit there? Chip. Exactly.
You roll it along the grass.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, chip is lower. You're going to roll it up to the hole. Now, if you had a pin that was in the front and you were just off to the side and you only had 5 feet of green to work with, what shot do you use there? Pitch. Yeah, it's the higher lofted shot. Exactly. It's a higher lofted shot. It's going to land softer, not roll out as much. Okay. So it's so big in the game of golf is to know when to hit each shot. Okay, no, look at what you're given. It's always which the shot that's easier to hit is the one you should go with. Okay, if you're given the ability to hit both shots, say, okay, I could hit a high one, I could also hit a low one. The low one, I think you're going to be more consistent with. Okay, it's an easier shot to pull off.
Yeah.
Okay, it's easier shot to hit and control versus that higher shot.